Hey everybody, it's your girl Mickey Finn and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm coming to you guys today with a breakfast recipe that I'm sure you guys are going to love. It is my breakfast casserole. It's one of my favorite breakfast dishes, and I make this dish so that I can have a healthy breakfast all week long as well as my family. Really quick, simple to throw together. The cool thing is that you guys don't have to do it exactly the way I'm doing it. You can alter the ingredients to your taste or your family's taste. And again, you guys will have a healthy, delicious breakfast all week long. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And we're going to go ahead and start getting this casserole together. Now, I'm opting not to be on camera, guys, because I just got in from work and, you know, I'm chilling, relaxing. Y'all don't want to see me in my house coat. Alrighty, let go. Okay, guys, what we have right here is a 9 by 13 glass baking dish. And we're going to go ahead and spray down our dish. And we're doing this, guys, so that the eggs do not stick to the pan, because if you've ever cooked eggs in a non-stick dish, well, you already know, I don't have to tell you. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put down the base of our casserole, and that's going to be 20 ounces of diced potatoes with onion. That's just what I have on hand, that's what I like. So we're going to go ahead and get these into our pan. And guys, you want to use whatever potatoes you like, whatever you have on hand. You can also use the hash brown potatoes, you know, the really skinny hash brown potatoes. Those will work in here just fine. I have used those in this dish as well. Okay, so on top of our potatoes, we're going to go ahead and add our protein source. And what I'm using today, I have, looks like a 9.6 ounce bag of Jimmy Dean fully cooked turkey sausage crumbles. That's what I have on hand today, guys. So that's going to be the gist of this recipe. Now, if you don't like sausage, if sausage isn't your thing, then you can definitely switch it out for some cooked and crumbled bacon. You can do diced ham. Or, if you're a vegetarian like my daughter, I've made this dish for her without any meat at all. I just amped up the vegetables, and she liked it just fine. So we're going to go ahead with clean hands. Y'all already know. We're going to go ahead and get that sausage evenly distributed on top of our potatoes. Okay, now we're going to add our vegetable sauce, and here's where it gets fun. You guys, you can use whatever vegetables you like. I've done this casserole dish with all kinds of different vegetables. I'm just going to use, you know, my staple, Old Faithful, I guess you can call it. I've got a package of frozen spinach that I have thawed, and I have also squeezed the daylights out of to get rid of all that excess water. So what I'm going to do now is I'm taking my spinach. It's in a bowl right now because I just got through draining it. But we're going to go ahead and get this spinach distributed across our potatoes and our sausage. And you can use fresh spinach in here as well. I've done this with baby spinach. I just happen to have frozen spinach on hand, so that's what I'm using. And truth be told, I like spinach however I can get it. So, and use whatever you guys like. I have used, you know, bell peppers, diced bell peppers. I've done like a southwestern themed casserole with peppers and onions. That was really good. I've done, again, a vegetarian casserole for my daughter that had mushrooms, spinach, black olives in it. You can make this casserole dish whatever you want it to be, whatever your tastes are. I actually think the sausage and spinach is going to play really well together. So now we have our spinach evenly distributed across the top of our potatoes and sausage. And now we're going to get to the star of this casserole, and that is our eggs. Alrighty, guys, to our plastic bowl here, I have 1 dozen eggs. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get these seasoned up, beaten up, and into our baking dish. So, right now there's nothing in them. We're just going to go ahead and beat them. You want to beat some air into them, you know, break all the yolks up, get the yolk and white distribute it amongst each other, break up any membranes if anything is of that nature in here. I'll tell you one thing, guys, beating eggs is a good way to get your frustrations out. If you had a bad day at work, come on, beat up some eggs. Just saying. You get a meal out of it and you probably feel better after you get done. Alrighty, guys, so we've got our 12 eggs beaten. Now we're going to go ahead and get this seasoned up. Going to add some ground black pepper. I know that seems like a lot, guys, but there's 12 eggs in here and we're going to evenly spread it out. I like black pepper anyway. Go ahead and get that beaten up in there. To that, we're going to add a nice heavy pinch of sea salt. Sea salt's what I have on hand, and that's what I like. Feel free to use, you know, regular table salt, kosher salt, whatever you like. That's about a teaspoon and a half. Alter your salt and pepper to your family's taste, guys. I did not add a lot of salt to this because I don't know how salty the sausage is. So I want to make sure my eggs are good and seasoned, but I certainly don't want them to be overly salty. And to our eggs, we're going to add about a half a cup, eyeball it, of milk. And what the milk does is the milk actually makes those a little fluffier, because you really want them to be nice fluffy eggs. And this combination is pretty much done. We got our eggs nice and beaten. We have our seasonings and milk incorporated. Alrighty, guys, so we're going to move our casserole dish back over. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our beaten and seasoned eggs and we're going to pour over the rest of our ingredients in the baking dish. Like so. Try to distribute the eggs as evenly as you can. And it's probably not going to be perfect and nothing to really trip off of. But you just want to make sure that you get your ingredients covered with the eggs. You kind of want everything to have some egg on it. We're going to take a couple of heavy pinches of some shredded cheddar jack cheese just to go across the top. And that's going to add a great flavor to our casserole, as well as add just a little bit of crust on top. Nothing wrong with that. And the cheese is interchangeable as well, guys. Feel free to use your favorite shredded cheese. You know what else will be good in here? Crumpled feta. That would be really good with that vegetarian one I did for my daughter. That had black olives and spinach and mushrooms in it and a little crumpled feta cheese on top. That would be bomb. Alright, guys, that's enough cheese for me. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and get this into our preheated 350-degree oven. Get it in there, close up. Don't bother it. Leave the casserole alone. We're going to let this cook for 1 hour uninterrupted. So make sure you get your timer set, whatever you need to do. What I'll do, guys, is I'll come back in an hour and I'll show you the finished product. Alrighty, guys, 60 minutes has passed in YouTube land. And we have our finished breakfast casserole. Just pulled it out the oven, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let this rest on the counter for maybe about 20 minutes. Now, if you lubricated your baking pan like you should have, all you have to do is run a knife around the perimeter and that casserole will slide out. Once it's cool enough for you guys to handle, you can go ahead and slide it out of the baking dish and cut it into equal portions. Now, what do you do with this casserole after it's complete? Well, usually what I do is I'll just eat it as is. I take a portion to work, heat it up in the microwave, and chow down, you know, with a fork. What you can also do is you can take your cutout portion, warm it up, and slide this sucker right between a nice hot toasted English muffin for a breakfast sandwich. Really delicious, guys. Simple, easy, quick to throw together, and you've got breakfast for yourself and your family for at least a week. Now, what I would recommend is any unused portion that you haven't eaten or consumed, don't waste it and throw it out. You can put these portions in a zip top bag and pop it in the freezer. That way you can have breakfast casserole to make breakfast sandwiches whenever you like. Nice and golden brown. Our cheese has melted on the top. Very delicious looking. That's our breakfast casserole. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. And hey, let me know what you guys like to put in your breakfast casserole. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.